Good afternoon, students. So today we'll be taking your next two poems, that is An Evening Wet with Rain and The Tale of Custard the Dragon. Okay, so first we'll start with An Evening Wet with Rain. So in this poem, basically the poet is talking about or telling us about an evening which is actually very wet because it is raining here and there. So absolutely wet environment is there. Okay, so the poet is talking about an evening which is considered to be very gloomy, very dark, because very quiet, very silent. Because whenever there is rain, generally people do not like to move out in rain, isn't it? They like to sit at home only. So there is a very less activity when rain is there. So likewise, the poet is also describing. The poet has used visual imagery. Why visual imagery? Because the moment the poet is explaining the things, we are able to, visuals are created in our mind and we are able to visualize those things. Like we'll read when we'll move ahead in the story, we'll come to know that he is talking about an evening which is very rainy, and along with that, during that evening, he is recalling his childhood memories where he used to listen to sweet music, and now he's not able to get all those kinds of things, and he's very sad, very depressed, because he wants those days to come back. But as we know that days which are once gone, they can never be returned. So he's very depressed, talking about those days, and he's depressed because he is thinking that now he cannot get back to those days. Now, an evening wet with rain, as I walk through the lane, the heart beckons the hands to hold them with love. The mind also knows subtle signals of the breeze. Should I stand on the ground or waft with the wind? So now the poet is saying that this is an evening which is absolutely wet with rain. So there is a lot of rain in this evening, and I'm walking through the lane, and while walking my heart beckons. Beckons means when we are calling to someone. So he's saying that my heart is calling to my hands that they should be holding my heart with love, isn't it? And he's saying that the mind is also able to get the subtle signals of the breeze. Subtle means something which is not very loud, but it is quite noticeable, that we are able to notice that thing. ठीक है, even if we want, we cannot avoid that thing, है ना. अब जैसे कोई ब्लैक दीवार है, उसमें छोटा सा एक रेड सर्कल बना हुआ है, तो अगर पूरी काली दीवार है तो लाल सर्कल, चाहे वो इतना बड़ा नहीं है, बट फिर भी नोटिसेबल हो जाएगा. सो समथिंग दैट इज नॉट वेरी लाउड, बट इट इज नोटिसेबल, दैट इज subtle. So he's saying that I am able to get the signals that the breeze is sending me, and he's saying that whether I should be walking, because a breeze is blowing like this, and very smooth, so it feels like I can also fly in the air. So waft means walking through the air or flying through the air. So he's saying that what should I do? I don't know whether I should stay on the ground only, or I should walk only, or whether I should move away, fly with the wind only. Windows, doors, awnings of the house are wet. Cool breezes stir the leaves of the yonder banyan tree. Now he is saying that windows, doors and awnings. Awnings जैसे ये मान लो विंडो है, तो विंडो के बाहर ऐसे बना होता है ना, ऐसे वाला सिस्टम. तो इसको क्या बोलते हैं? अवनिंग, है ना, जिससे ऐसे गार्ड जैसा, शेड जैसा थोड़ा सा निकला होता है, रूफ शेड जैसा, कि पानी जो है वो सीधा अंदर विंडो के ना आ सके. सो दीज आर कॉल्ड एज अवनिंग्स. ठीक है. So he's saying that all these doors, windows and awnings, they are all wet because rain is falling. And what he is saying that the cold breeze which is blowing, it is moving, है ना, it is stirring means हिलना, move होना. So it is moving the leaves of the yonder banyan tree. Yonder means something which is very close by, nearby. So he's saying that the breeze is blowing, so the nearby, there is a nearby close by banyan tree, and its leaves are also moving. All around reigns silence. So he's saying that rains means ruling. So what is prevailing all around? It is absolutely silence. Why? Because as I have told you, in rainy season, nobody likes to go out, nobody likes to be active, everyone wants to stay at home. So there is less activity outside. So that's why what is there? Absolute silence is prevailing. My feet are cold with water seeping through my shoes. My eyes are heavy with sleep, or it is fever. So now he is saying that my feet have become absolutely cold. Why? Because all the rainwater that is falling on him, it is seeping, it is absolutely dripping, it is absolutely going down till his shoes. So that's why his feet are absolutely cold, and his legs, whole feet, it is aching. Okay? And he's saying that my eyes are heavy with sleep, or is it fever? So that's why he's saying that I am not able to make out, because I have spent so many sleepless nights, so my eyes are absolutely feeling sleepy, or there are chances that I might have fever. The ground is very slippery, there is no place to stand. The mind is exhausted, looks for some support spot to rest. Now he is saying that everywhere the ground is so slippery and there is no spot you can find out where you can stand, because wherever place I go, there everywhere it is what? Rain is falling and everything is wet. And he's saying that right now the whole mind is also exhausted, I am also exhausted. So I really now I'm longing for, I'm wanting that there should be some place where I can get the rest. Okay, so next paragraph is loss of hope has darkened the evening of my life too. Now he is saying as the sun rays are falling, it is evening, and when it is raining तो हमें evening ज़्यादा darker appear होती है ना, हमें अंधेरा अंधेरा ज़्यादा लगता है जब बारिश हो रही होती है. So same is the case here only. Now he is comparing this evening to his own life. Now he is trying to say that his own life is also becoming, darkness is prevailing in his life like the way it is prevailing in this evening. And clouds gathering in the mind shed tears as they pass. So now he's comparing the clouds with the thoughts that are coming in his mind. So as clouds, what do? They shed rain. So likewise he is saying that likewise when I am also depressed, a lot of depressing thoughts are coming in my mind, the rain is shed, tears are shed. Okay, so he's comparing rain with the tears. The evening of troubles, my companion is also depressed. Now he is saying my companion. Who is his companion? He is comparing the evening with evening of troubles. That means he is comparing his life with evening, and that life or evening is full of trouble. So that is his companion, and he is saying that my life is also depressed. That evening, my evening, that companion is also, that means his own life is also depressed. And so now his companion is holding him, and they are walking hand in hand. In childhood, I stood alone in my courtyard, and waves of air brought the sound of cymbals. Now he is saying when I was a child, I used to stand in my courtyard. Courtyard पता है ना सबको, जैसे चारों तरफ घर है, बीच में जो खुला ground होता है, ठीक है, that is called as courtyard. So he is saying that I used to stand in my childhood, I used to stand in my courtyard, and the breeze which used to blow air, it is a medium of sound also, so it used to bring sound along with it, with the sound of the cymbals. Now what is cymbal? C-Y-M-B-A-L. It is a kind of musical instrument. Okay, so cymbal, it is a kind of musical instrument. So he is saying that when I was young, I used to hear the sounds of these. I used to, because the breeze used to blow, and along with that, it used to bring the sound of cymbals. We regret that the days gone by don't return. How to call back time past and gone. Now he is saying that I am absolutely depressed because the days they were wonderful days of my life, and now they are gone, and I don't know how to bring them back. The evening prepares to go to sleep in the lap of night, slowly, softly, just as the sky's feet touch the ground. Now he is saying that now the evening is absolutely preparing for night. That means the dark shadow is prevailing. Now the night is coming, as it is appearing as if the darkness is prevailing, and the slowly the evening is going towards the lap of the night. यानी कि क्या हो रहा है, उसके कहने का मतलब कि अब चारों तरफ everywhere what is going to come, the night is going to prevail, है ना. Now evening is slowly going to get converted into night. Shadows of trees rest in the dark tank as some passing cloud casts a shadow over hills. Now he is saying that everywhere, because as we see when the sun is setting, so we can see long shadows of things. So same thing is here, as the night is coming and the sun is going down, so long shadows are there. So shadow of cloud is also there, and wherever the shadow is falling, it is creating an impact of darkness on that particular place. There is activity in the house lit with electric bulbs. Now activity in the house, that means some kind of movement. So this movement is compared with what? liveliness, full of fun. So he's saying that the houses which are having electric lights, those houses, they are having a lot of fun, they are having a lot of liveliness. Moonlight laughs, holding the hem of the moon. Where is my destination? Where is the hurry? Now he is saying that it is appearing now the moon is there, and it is appearing as if moonlight is laughing, holding the edge of the moon. Okay, it appears to me like this, but I don't know where is my destination or where I should be going, where I need to go. So he is clueless. He doesn't have any destination. Light of the earthen lamp in a wayside modest inn awaits me. Now he is saying, where is my destination? What is awaiting me, or what is waiting for me? A place at a roadside inn, moderate inn. That means not a very fancy inn. So moderate inn, I-double-N. So what is that? I-N-N. That is a kind of motel or hotel, you can say. Small hotel. Okay. So he's saying that room, that particular place is waiting for me. Wayside, रास्ते में ही कोई छोटा सा होटल है. So जिसमें क्या है, एक earthen lamp जो है, मिट्टी का दिया जिसमें जलता है, मतलब not a very modern kind of house. So that is what is awaiting for me, and that is where I am going to stay for the night. So this was the poem. Now we'll take up the questions. What are the memories that the poet talks about in the poem? He's talking about his childhood memories when he was young, and about the music he used to hear with the blowing wind. What kind of atmosphere is created in the poem? So we can say what kind of atmosphere. Rain is there, and everywhere everything is wet. So evening is very depressing, very depriving. Okay, because it is compared to darkness, and the poet is also talking that all the hope is gone now. So when he's hopeless, so that means the we can say atmosphere created by the poet is very depressing. What makes the poet tired? Like he's sleepless, he's having fever, so he's depressed, he has lost the hope. All these things make him feel tired. What has darkened the evening of the poet's life? Obviously, no hope. He has said that now his life, hope is considered to be the light, the guiding light of everyone's life. So now he is saying that there is no hope. So that's why that has darkened his life. Discuss the poet's regret in the poem. So what regret? किस चीज को लेकर वो पछतावा हो रहा है? Regret means पछतावा. So he is regretting that he has not, he cannot get back the old days. So that is his major regret, because he is saying that now those days are gone, and I don't know what is the way to get them back. Alright, comment on the imagery used by the poet in the poem. So it is visual imagery. That means everywhere, whatever we are going to visualize, whatever he is saying, we are able to visualize those scenes. So there are a lot of words that he has used. Everywhere it is wet, no spots to stand, and slippery, the floor is slippery. So ये सारे parts क्या है किसके visual imagery के. So with this your poem An Evening Wet with Rain comes to an end, and the next poem that we need to take is The Tale of Custard the Dragon. So this poem is little humorous also, little funny also. So basically this poem is about a girl named Belinda who used to live in a little white house, and there were different creatures that were living in her house, and all of them were pets, and along with that it had a wagon. रेड कलर का वैगन था, उसमें जो है वो बैठते. वैगन क्या होता है? जैसे वो रथ जैसा आप कह सकते हो. वैगन व्हील किसको? रथ के पहिए को कहा जाता है. वैगन क्या है? जो रथ जैसा हिस्सा होता है, या फिर बुल्लक कार्ट होता है, उसके पीछे वो कार्ट जैसा, ऐसे रथ जैसा, चैरियट जैसा हिस्सा आप बोल सकते हो. ठीक है. So now we'll be studying with this poem. So this poem is, as I told you, about Belinda and her pets. And amongst the pets, all of the pets are shown very brave in this poem. And there is one pet, that is Dragon, whose name is Custard. He is shown as a very coward, but sometime being a coward, he was always called as a coward. But once he did an act of braveness, which was absolutely unexpected from him. So this is the poem. Now we'll take the poem one by one, paragraph wise. Belinda lived in a little white house with a little black kitten and a little grey mouse, and a little yellow dog and a little red wagon, and a realio trulio little pet dragon. Now as I've told you, Belinda was a girl and she used to live in a little white house, and she had 4 pets. So she had a black kitten, and she had a grey mouse, then she had a yellow colored dog, and the 4th pet she had was a dragon. And apart from these 4 pets, there was one wagon also in their house, which was of red color. Alright, so this is the introducing paragraph. Now next is where the names of these particular creatures are told. Now the name of the little black kitten was Ink, and the little grey mouse, she called him Blink, and the little yellow dog was sharp as mustard, but the dragon was a coward and she called him Custard. So now in this poem, in this paragraph, the poet is introducing about the names of the different creatures. So there was a black kitten, his name was Ink, okay, and then there was a grey mouse, his name was Blink, and there was a yellow colored dog, so his name she has kept as Mustard, and the dragon who was very coward, so that's why she has kept her name as Custard. Okay, so Mustard, Custard, Blink or Ink. Custard, the dragon, had big sharp teeth and spike on top of him and scales underneath, mouth like a fireplace chimney for a nose, and really or truly daggers on his toes. Now Custard, जो dragon था उसके teeth कैसे थे? They were very very sharp and it had spikes on his skin like this. जैसे dragon का back होता है तो these small कांटेदार है ना, these are called as spikes. So he had these kind of spikes on his back. एंड स्केल्स अंडरनीथ यानी इसके पाँव नीचे वाला हिस्सा है ना. जैसे अगर ये ड्रैगन है मान लो, तो ये ड्रैगन है, तो अंडरनीथ जो ये वाली बॉडी है यहाँ पर कैसे ऐसे तरह के स्केल्स जो है वो बने हुए हैं. दे आर विच आर वेरी हार्ड. ठीक है, जो कि कैसे कंसीडर किए जाते हैं, बहुत हार्ड होती है स्केल्स. ठीक है, लाइक बोन्स, हार्ड बोन्स. Mouth like a fireplace. Now why it is called as mouth like a fireplace? Because generally what we hear from ears is that dragons are creatures which can blow fire out of their mouths. तो इसलिए मुंह से वो आग निकाल सकते हैं. तो that's why their mouth is called as a fireplace. And always because they have fire in their mouth, so that's why from their nostrils smoke always comes. तो नाक में से हमेशा धुआं निकलता रहता है. So इसलिए जब हम आग जलाते हैं घर में तो धुआं निकालने के लिए हमारे पास क्या होती है? चिमनी. So that's why the nose is compared to chimney because the smoke used to come out of it. And toes यानी कि जो उसके पाँव थे, ठीक है, मान लो ये उसके पाँव थे, तो पाँव में क्या था? डैगर्स. डैगर्स बेसिकली मीन्स खंजर. तो खंजर, उसको सच्ची के खंजर नहीं लगे होते, बट जो उसके टोज के फीट नेल्स थे वो कैसे थे? खंजर की तरह थे. ठीक है, लाइक अ बिग dagger. Belinda was as brave as a barrel full of bears. So in the previous paragraph, the poet has given us a description of the dragon. Now next paragraph, the poet is telling us about how brave each one of them was. ठीक है, so Belinda was as brave as a barrel full of bears, and Ink and Blink chased lions down the stairs. Mustard was as brave as a tiger in a rage, but Custard cried for a nice safe cage. So now Belinda is compared to what? Belinda is compared to a barrel full of bears. यानी कि bunch of bears अगर हम ले ले, वो जितने strong है उतनी strong कौन थी? Belinda थी. और जो Ink और Blink थे, they were so strong that they could chase away the lions. कि वो शेरों को भी क्या कर सकते थे? भगा सकते थे. Although one was a kitten and one was a mouse, but they were very brave. And tiger and जो mustard dog था, he's compared with whom? Very aggressive tiger. So he was as strong as an aggressive tiger. And the Custard, he always asked for a safe, nice cage, that I want to be safe, live safely, and please provide me a cage and I will live there safely. Belinda tickled him, she tickled him unmerciful. Ink, Blink and Mustard, they rudely called him Percival. They all sat laughing in the little red wagon at the really or truly cowardly dragon. Now Belinda tickled him, stroked him, like slapped him again and again. Why? Because Custard the dragon was very coward. ठीक है, एंड जो इंक, ब्लिंक और मस्टर्ड थे वो कस्टर्ड द ड्रैगन को क्या बोलते थे? रूडली चिढ़ाते थे. क्या बोल के? परसिवल. नाउ हु वाज परसिवल? परसिवल वाज अ नाइट, अ सोल्जर इन किंग आर्थर्स कोर्ट. ओके, बट why they used to call him Percival? Because Percival was otherwise known for his he used to pretend as if he's very courageous and he's very brave, but when the time came to prove the bravery, he just ran away. ठीक है, तो इसलिए वो पर्सिवल एक ऐसा सोल्जर था जो दिखाता था कि मैं बहुत ज्यादा ब्रेव हूं, बट जब जरूरत पड़ी तो वो भाग गया था. ठीक है, तो इसलिए दे यूज टू रूडली कंपेयर ड्रैगन विद whom? With Percival. ठीक है, and all of them they used to sit in the red wagon and they used to laugh at the dragon. ठीक है. Belinda giggled till she shook the house and blinked and said wreck, which is giggling for a mouse. Ink and Mustard rudely asked his age when Custard cried for a nice safe cage. Now Belinda, she laughed so loudly as if it was appearing that the walls of his house are shaking because of her laughter. That means she was laughing so loud. सच्ची की वॉल्स नहीं हिल रही थी, बट हर लाफ्टर इज कंपेयर्ड टू बी सो लाउड कि इतना हंस रही थी कि जैसे घर की दीवारें हिल जाए. ठीक है. एंड ब्लिंक सेड रैक. रैक कैसी आवाज निकाली? इट इज अ वॉइस विच इज कंपेयर्ड टू द गिगलिंग ऑफ अ माउस. गिगलिंग मीन्स लाफिंग ऑफ अ माउस, कि माउस कैसे हंसता है, रैक 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 करके. ठीक है, सो इट इज कंपेयर टू दैट ओनली. नाउ इंक एंड मस्टर्ड दे रूडली, ठीक है, फिर से चिढ़ाते हुए टीजिंगली ड्रैगन दे कॉल्ड बिकॉज आस्क्ड हिम अबाउट हिज एज. व्हाई दे वर आस्किंग हिम अबाउट हिज एज? बिकॉज द ड्रैगन वाज क्राइंग दैट ही वांट्स अ नाइस केज, कि उसको पिंजरा चाहिए और वो वहीं पे रहेगा. सो ही वाज क्राइंग फॉर द केज. सो ही दे जोकिंगली रूडली आस्क्ड हिम दैट यू आर यू सो स्मॉल दैट यू आर क्राइंग फॉर this. Suddenly, they heard a nasty sound, and Mustard growled, and they all looked around. Meow, cried Ink, and ooh, cried Belinda, for there was a pirate climbing in the window. Now, what is window? Window is compared to window only. ठीक है? और विंडो और वेरांडा, बट हेयर इट इज कंपेयर टू विंडो ओनली. ठीक है. नाउ सडनली दे हर्ड अ नास्टी साउंड. नास्टी साउंड, अनप्लेजेंट साउंड, स्ट्रेंज साउंड. ठीक है. सो दे हर्ड समथिंग वेरी अनप्लेजेंट और वेरी स्ट्रेंज साउंड. सो एंड मस्टर्ड स्टार्टेड ग्राउलिंग एंड दे लुक्ड हियर एंड देयर, व्हाट इज हैपनिंग ओवर हियर? एंड इंक क्राइड म्याऊ एंड ऊह क्राइड बेलिंडा. एंड व्हाट डिड दे सॉ इन द विंडो? दैट इज इन द विंडो और द वेरांडा. व्हाट डिड दे सॉ? They saw a pirate. Now, who is a pirate? Basically, a person who steals the whole ship. So here, pirate is considered to be sign of danger. Now, in the next paragraph, the poet is describing the appearance of the pirate. Now, what is the appearance? Pistol in his left hand, pistol in his right, and he held in his teeth a cutlass bright. His beard was black, one leg was wood. It was clear that the pirate meant no good. Now, pirate was having pistol in his left hand as well and pistol in his right hand as well, and he was holding a cutlass. What is it called? Cutlass bright. So, cutlass bright is compared to what? You can say a sword. He was holding a sword in his mouth, and along with that, his beard was black and he had one leg of wood. That means he was handicapped, disabled person, but still he was a sign of danger, not a pleasant person. Belinda paled and she cried, help, help, help. But Mustard fled with a terrified yelp. Ink trickled down to the bottom of the household and Little Mouse blinked strategically mousehole. Now Belinda, she was absolutely feeling fainted and pale. है ना? She had become yellow because of fever and she had almost turned pale. And she cried for help, help. But Mustard, he was very terrified and he made out a terrifying yelp. ठीक है, cried because he was very much terrified. And the Ink, he pretended that he immediately ran towards the down. We can say towards the basement of the house. Maybe he wanted to hide. And the Little Mouse blinked strategically. He also cleverly, he went inside his mouse. Mousehole means he went inside the hole of the mouse. But up jumped Custard, snorting like an engine, clashed his tail like irons in a dungeon. With a clatter and a clank and jangling squirm, he went at the pirate like a robin at a worm. Now what he is saying is now everybody had taken, got scared and nobody was willing to fight the pirate. Now who stood up? The Custard the dragon, he stood up and he was snorting like an engine, as if what kind of sounds he was producing, as if some engine is starting. And when he wagged his tail here and there, he moved his tail here and there, what kind of sounds were produced? As if we are someone is stroking iron in the dungeon. Dungeon is what? जैसे underground tunnel या underground रास्ते में कोई iron क्या कर रहा है? आयरन का काम कर रहे हैं, जैसे है ना टनल्स बनाते हैं तो उसमें आयरन का काम होता है, तो वैसे वाली आवाज कब आई? व्हेन द कस्टर्ड द ड्रैगन वैग्ड हिज टेल हियर एंड देयर। नाउ विद अ क्लैटर एंड अ क्लैंक एंड अ जैंगलिंग स्पर्म ही वेंट एट द पायरेट लाइक ए रॉबिन एट वर्म। ठीक है, now he moved awkwardly from side to side, and quickly he was moving towards the pirate as if Robin is who? A kind of bird who darts मतलब ऐसे बिल्कुल तीर की स्पीड में जाकर वो वर्म को पकड़ लेता है, तो वैसे ही custard was also acting like that bird only. The pirate gaped at Belinda's dragon and gulped some grog from his pocket flagon. Now what happened? Next, the pirate gapped. Gapped means as if in surprise his half mouth was left open, ऐसे मतलब सरप्राइज शॉक में से जैसे मुंह खुला का खुला रह गया. ठीक है, so he was absolutely gapped to look at Belinda's dragon, and he took out from his pocket some strong grog means some strong alcohol. He took out from his in his pocket. He was having a container, small container in which he was having an alcohol, and he drank that strong alcohol so that he could come in his senses, because he was not expecting that Belinda would be having such kind of dragon at her place. He fired 2 bullets, but they didn't hit, and Custard gobbled him every bit. Now what happened? He fired 2 bullets, but all those bullets, 2 bullets were in vain because they did not hit the dragon, and the dragon gobbled him. Gobbled him means every bit of him. The dragon ate the pirate. Belinda embraced him, Mustard licked him. No one mourned for the pirate victim. Ink and Blink in glee did gyrate around the dragon, and that ate the pirate. ठीक है, now what happened next? Belinda embraced, that is Belinda hugged the dragon, and the dog, he licked the dragon, and both of them, Ink and Blink, they were doing gyrate, that means standing at with happiness. They were glee means happy, and they were moving at their own places, fixed at one place. They were going round and round and round, and nobody was mourning at the victim. That means nobody was feeling bad that the pirate had been killed. Everyone was happy. But presently up spoke little dog Mustard. I have been twice as brave if I hadn't been flustered. So now when they were doing all this, suddenly they realized that they used to make fun of the dragon. So how come they are acting like this? So suddenly Mustard said that if I would not have been little, confused or little bad in mood, so I would have acted twice as strong as the dragon. And what happened next? And up spoke Ink and up spoke Blink. We have been 3 times as brave as we think. And Custard said, I quite agree that everybody is braver than me. And Ink and Blink, what did they say? That we could have acted 3 times more braver than the dragon. And the dragon, he quietly agreed with them. He said that absolutely right. I totally agree with all of you that you are much more stronger than and braver than me. Belinda still lives in. Now in the next paragraph, the poet is telling us what happened after this event. How was their life going on? So it was going on the same way which was going on earlier also. Belinda still lives in her little white house with her little black kitten and her little grey mouse and her little yellow dog and her little red wagon and her Realio Trulio little pet dragon. That means all of them are living there only, and all of them are having that same kind of life, because in the beginning of the paragraph also the same paragraph is there, and the second paragraph is also compared to again the same paragraph which has already been done, where the poet is telling about the braveness of all these people. So Belinda, it was compared to the strength of bunch of bears, and Ink and Blink, they were so strong that they could chase the lions away, and Mustard, he was so brave like a aggressive tiger, and Custard, who always used to cry for a nice safe cage. So this is the poem. Now what are the characters in this poem? List them with their pet names. So you have to write all the creatures, कौन कौन थे, और उनका pet name भी लिखना है. जैसे अगर आप किटन लिखोगे black, तो उसका name Ink भी लिखना है. Grey mouse लिखोगे तो उसका नाम Blink भी लिखना है. Yellow dog you will write, then you will write Mustard, and dragon Custard. ठीक है? Why did Custard cry for a nice safe cage? Because he was a coward, and everyone used to always call him coward only. So he always wanted a nice safe cage. Why is the dragon called cowardly dragon? Because he always used to cry. He did not show his strength, and he always wanted to live in a cage. So that's why he's called as a cowardly dragon. Belinda tickled him. She tickled him unmercifully. Why? Unmerciful. Why? Because he was a coward and he was always crying for cage only. So that's why Belinda used to stroke him. Do you find the tale of Custard the Dragon a serious or funny poem? Give reasons. Yes, it is a little funny poem क्योंकि names थोड़े से funny हैं और थोड़ा सा फन ह्यूमर है इसमें भी कि कैसे जब आफत आई तो सबके सब छुप गए है ना. So it is little humorous poem. So these are the different questions. Now what is the rhyme scheme of the poem? That I have already taught you. आपको कैसे निकालनी होती है rhyme scheme. First और second paragraph आपको मैच करना है तो उसी के हिसाब से आपको राइम स्कीम निकालनी है. बट आई थिंक इसकी ए बी भी होगी बहुत सारे पैराग्राफ की. सो आपको खुद ढूंढना है इसको. देन पिक आउट द लाइन्स फ्रॉम द पोएम दैट कंटेन सिमली. सो सिमली, व्हाट इज अ सिमली? वेयर वी आर कंपेयरिंग we are doing the comparison but using the words as and like. तो जहां पर भी आपको comparison दिखेगा कि he is as strong as or he is as brave as or he is like this, तो like और as के बीच में जहां पर comparison है वो सारे words क्या है? Similes हैं. What images does the poet use in the poem? So images जो poet ने use की हैं बहुत सारी use की हैं जहां पर उन्होंने comparison draw किया है. जैसे किसी की इमेज, मैक्सिमम क्रीचर्स की इमेज जो है वो पोइट ने स्ट्रॉन्ग बताई है एंड जैसे ड्रैगन है तो उसकी क्या बताई है? ब्रेव. व्हाट लाइन स्टैंजा इज यूज्ड एज अ रिफ्रेन इन द पोएम? आई थिंक दिस वन. एंड हर रियली और ट्रूली और लिटिल पेट ड्रैगन was and really truly little pet dragon. Custard cried for a nice safe cage. So these are the different lines which are used as a refrain. So with this we come to the end of your poem, that is Custard the Dragon. And now how many more poems are left? 2 more poems are left that we'll take up in the next class. So we are ending the class here only.